Hi, I'm Paul Krismer from the Happiness Experts Company. Now, our Western culture makes us miserable. It really does. And by some studies, we seem to be getting less and less happy each decade, from the 1950s right through to today. Now, there's no doubt that our material wealth has grown exponentially since then. Tragically, it turns out that our pursuit of wealth is a large part of the problem. In this video, I'm going to show you the 6 ways to avoid the pain associated with materialism and get the joys of better life objectives. As a coach, public speaker, and best-selling author, I teach topics just like this one all around the world. So stay tuned and I'll give you practical tools that you can use to make both yourself and those around you both happier and more successful. I just finished Tim Kasser's book, The High Price of Materialism. I knew it would not be a fun read. In laborious detail, the book provides the research evidence that Westerners are increasingly made miserable by the values that mainstream social conditioning inflicts on us. Everywhere you go, you are inundated with messages about how the right product will make you happy, popular, and rich. Of course, this is a total load of crap, but the sheer volume of messages is overwhelming. Advertisers know a particularly insidious mind. In order to make you want to buy something, they first need to make you feel you need what they are selling. So to make you feel the emotional problem that their product will fix, they need to make you feel bad, with the expectation that when you feel bad enough, you will buy their solution. I could list lots of direct quotes from advertising executives, but let's sum up this evil with just one direct quote from the president of an advertising agency. Advertising at its best is making people feel that without their product, you're a loser. You open up emotional vulnerabilities. And it's very easy to do with kids because they are the most emotionally vulnerable. Now, it's tempting, but I'm not going to get on a rant today about corporate misdeeds. I simply want to point out the fact that rampant and expanding consumerism is directly related to the decline in happiness in America and other places where American values are promoted. And in fairness, there's more going on than just advertising. Over decades, we have changed. Take this example. Professor Alexander Aston from UCLA has been asking first-year college students about their values since the early 1960s. In the beginning, 80% of students said it was very important to develop a personal philosophy of life. Today, just 40% say that. Through the same period, those same students agreed that it was very important to be very well off financially, just 40% of the time in the 1960s. To now, over 70% of the time, young people think that it's important, very important, to be well off financially. Of course, money is important to a limited degree. We obviously must confidently meet our basic physiological needs, but really that's about it. See my video on how much money you need to be happy. There's a link in the description below. The scientific facts are these. When people have significant attachment to achieving materialistic values, they are less happy. They have poor overall psychological health. Their sense of security and safety are diminished. People feel less confident and have lower self-esteem. Social connectedness suffers, and they test less well for authenticity and autonomy. All these poor outcomes appear intricately linked to materialism, and doggone it, materialism keeps becoming a more prevalent life outlook. So what can we do? Well, here are the 6 best ways to combat materialism. 1. Self-awareness. Stop and take a look at your own life priorities. Now that you've seen the stark facts, ask yourself, how much of my wanting in life is for things? A little self-awareness is half the battle. If you can identify with wanting things, and who can't to some degree, now is an opportunity to consider values that are proven to lead to greater emotional well-being. The values that are associated with happiness are pretty straightforward, so invest in these additional combat techniques. 2. Self-acceptance. You're probably pretty great right now. Can you feel that? 3. Personal growth. In my book, I call this mastery. It's simply that in all of us, there's a natural yearning to grow. In the link below, you can get a download of the first part of my book that explains this need to want to be stronger physically, mentally, and spiritually. Check out the book. 4, social connection. There is a ton of evidence that we are hardwired to need close personal relationships. When we invest here instead of in things, we get huge dividends. 5, helpfulness. We need to feel like we're making a contribution to the world, that it's meaningful, that our presence matters, that what we do matters to the well-being of other people, perhaps to the natural environment, to somebody or something that you care about. 6, minimalism. It's a thing now, and I subscribe to it in its less extreme forms. Know when enough is enough. Live with just the things you really need and truly value. When you can let go of clutter and the need to amass more stuff, you're freed to see and pursue the activities and relationships that truly make us happy. And here's one last thought. Limit your exposure to advertising in all of its forms. So check out my other video on how much money you really need to be happy. Also, down below you can get an excerpt from my best-selling book, which deals with this situation a little bit more in depth. Now, it's my life's mission to help the world be a bit happier. Please like and share this video and you will make the world happier too. And if you'd like to see more of this kind of video content, please subscribe to my channel. I'm Paul Krismer, your happiness expert. Thanks for watching.